And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, epic VeVe live stream. Today, we just have one drop today, but it is a pretty good comic book. It's another blind box. Today, we have Marvel Spotlight number 5. Johnny Blaze's first appearance as Ghost Rider. I do think this is a pretty good comic book long term to hodl. It's going to be interesting to see how it does in the market right now, just because the market is still kind of low. It's nice to see it rebound a little bit than from what it was, so that's always good to see. I'm going to go over the details of this comic book. Shout out to everybody joining the live stream today. Shout out to the chat. Today we have 30,000 total editions. We have 21,000 editions for the common, 5,000 editions for the uncommon, 2,350 for the rare, 1,050 for the ultra rare, and 600 for the secret rare. This one is probably one that I might end up keeping for the secret rare if I do get it today. Maybe I get in the market right away. I try to flip it for around 1,000, let it kind of dip in price, and then buy it back cheaper. I do think this one's going to settle for under $1,000 again. But I think long term, if you pick it up for under that price, I think it could be pretty solid. Not financial advice, just my opinions only. I think this is gaining popularity of a comic book. I'm going to go over the details of what these comic book covers look like too. I think the covers look amazing today. I did give it a look a little bit ago, so kind of familiar with them. That's the common. Definitely a big fan of this one. I love the details of this. Even the uncommon, I think it looks great. There's just a lot of detail going on. With Johnny Blaze in the blue kind of sticking out there, popping with the white and black background. Even the rare. I like the rare. Big fan of the ultra rare. I think ultra rare is probably my favorite again. A big fan of these ultra rares that keep coming out. And the secret rare. I do like the secret rare a lot as well. Probably between the secret rare, the ultra rare, then probably the common, and then it'd be between this rare and the uncommon here. I like them all, to be honest. I'll be happy with either one of these on the drop. Hoping just to add in a little extra bonus. Get a little low mint today. Got December in the building, first in the chat. Hopefully December lands one. December Bitcoin is due big time. Ronnie Light, yo. How we doing, chat? Sweet Collects, good morning. Woo, double on a secret rare, feeling it today. Hopefully, I mean, I don't think we've had too many secret rares in the chat lately. So hopefully we can bounce back, get some secret rares, ultra rares. Shout out to anyone who landed a secret rare on the rebound on the James Bond Ashton Martin drop. A lot of people are grabbing those rebounds late, all the way up to 40 minutes, 50 minutes probably even. Shout out to you guys who were able to land one. Jesse TM, I know you're going to land this drop. I'm hoping. Been doing pretty well with these drops. Struck out on the James Bond drop. I kind of figured I would. That would have been 4 in a row, so there would have been some uproar in the community, I feel like. Just lag. Good morning. Yeah, I feel like these comic book drops, even though this one's a pretty solid comic book to hodl long term, I think they're a good way just to practice for these big drops that do come up that you're really, really excited for. I'm going to go over some of these market prices. It's good to see rebound a little bit. I'm going to go over some prices that did rebound. And I'll go over some that still kind of are stagnant a little bit, still kind of just not moving too much. A lot of people have probably seen a lot of my collectibles for sale in the market, probably wondering what's going on. I feel like anytime I list any of my more so big collectibles, I usually get at least a handful of DMs saying like, yo, Johnny, what's going on? Why are you selling? Right? And I always like to come on the chat, talk about it a little bit, just to be a little bit transparent, because I like to tell people like the reasons why I do things. And I don't want to say exactly the move I was going to make, just because I don't want everybody to go buy this one collectible and have a run up in price. But I did have my Superman listed, my duplicate Superman, and the price kept dipping, and the other collectible that I was looking for kept running up a little bit. So I had to delist it a few times. But it's almost about back even, I would say. So after this live stream, if the two collectibles are about even, you may see my Superman back up there. Basically, I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just basically trying to swap my duplicate. I think this other duplicate that I would swap to may run up even quicker, and probably long term it's a constant debate I've been going for long term, which is going to do better. So kind of hesitant to pull the trigger on it, and that's the thing. Usually when I'm hesitant on things, I tend not to do it. If my Superman had sold, I would have made the move right away, but it just never sold. So decided just to pull it off as the price kept dipping a little bit. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's go over the Mickey cards. Mickey cards definitely bounced back a little bit. I saw a mini down to 270 at one point. Maybe even lower. Maybe it was like 260 mini was. I saw a Mickey lowest like 275, 280. Minnie Mouse is back up to 328. That gets up to 370 pretty quick. Common 646 left. We have Mickey Mouse lenticular cards. 405 is the price. Nice couple $100 bump up there. You have Donald Duck getting moving again. 529, 530. Almost 600. Daisy Duck 324. Still pretty low for Daisy. Pluto 620. And Goofy 1.8K. Black Panther is an interesting one. Black Panther had a little run up and then it's kind of died back down a little bit. I think it's taking a nice little retracement before it goes back up, to be honest. But also, there's a little bit more additions for the Black Panther, so I'm interested to see how that one does. I think the reason why they did have a little bit more additions just because of the popularity of Black Panther, but also because I think of the amount of people that we're getting too. So I feel like the combination of both. The secret rare is back down to 1.6K. I saw it up at 2.2K. Ultra rares dipped a little bit, 407. I feel like right now it could be a good opportunity. Anywhere in the 300s or 400s, I feel like ultra rare Black Panther, pretty solid pickup. Common. This is probably one of my favorite poses. Back down to $92 right now. Uncommons at 65. The rares at 112. Black Panther definitely took a little retracement there. We got Batman, black and white. We got the top Batman, 6.7K. Still pretty low. Still pretty low. There's a few times I've listed my top Batman recently. My 1,600 mint around like the 9.5, almost the 10K range. Hoping it would sell so that I could just go back and buy the floor, get like a 4,000 mint for like 7K, 6.8K range, and just pocket a cool $3,000. That's my game plan for that one. But it's always risky. Like every time I talk about this, I want to make sure I make it clear just because I don't want people to follow my lead on that one. It's definitely risky. Anytime you risk your big time collectibles, your favorite collectibles, your big ones, if it's a Todd, a Rizzo, a partner, Spider-Man, whatever the case is, it's always you're playing with fire. And I know I am risking it because a big time collectible like that, the floors can get swept instantly. And so my game plan may not end up working out exactly how I wanted to, but I always feel like I'm savvy enough to where I feel like I can make those moves. But it's definitely something that you got to be careful with for sure. Rizzo back down to 13.5K, just under 15K. Jim Lee Joker, I think it's climbing back up there, 919. Harley Quinn FA 585 still feels pretty low for Harley Quinn right there if anyone was looking for an opportunity. We got Nightwing. Definitely bounced back up from like 1.3K. Good to see my guy Nightwing bounce back up. Back up to 1.7K. Still kind of low. And one thing that I've been noticing is how much supply is left. This is one of those collectibles to where I always say it's important to look how much is left in the supply. You see only 42 Nightwings on the market. That tells me, when a handful of people or even just one person scoops up a handful of floor Nightwings, the floor is going to get pretty pretty high pretty quick. I would say it's it's a pretty weak floor, I guess you could say. Not a dense floor. Not many collectibles left to make it skyrocket in value. You got the Becky Batman, just under 2K. That's ran up though nicely, 1.8K again. Joe M, just under 1K. 999, the last one under 1K. I've been thinking about getting an extra Joe M recently. I may get one soon. Just because, like I said, I talk about this one all the time. I love the first set ever. When you think about how many sets there'll be eventually on VeVe, it may take some time, but eventually I think every single one of these collectibles in that first set are going to be out of reach. We already see the Rizzo kind of out of reach for most people. The Todd's up there too. I think the Becky's the next one to get out of reach. And then I really believe that the Joe M Batman is probably going to be the last one in reach for people. And I feel like that's going to be the last one people are going to be trying to target. That's going to get out of reach soon too. Disney, I'm going to go over some Disney ones. Got the Steamboat Willie, ultra rare, 3.4K. That's dipped a little bit. I definitely see that going back up to around 10K eventually. We got the uncommon 598 and the common jaunty jig just under 500, 499. Partner statue 26.2K. Every time that dips around that 20K range, I think people are eager to get their partner statue, the Walt Disney and the Mickey Mouse FA. I think that anytime we see a dip in that one, it's going to skyrocket back in value. Good to see that one moving back on up. Givenchy. I haven't really talked about Givenchy. First time I've listed my House of Cards Amelia, that ultra rare, only 999 editions. Some people probably seen my Amelia, the silver card up there for sale. And the only reason why I was doing this is, let's see here. Yeah, the person took it off. I may do it again. So I have a 100 mint Amelia, pretty low mint. It's not exactly 100. I'm trying to find the exact. So it's a 174. It's pretty low. I didn't realize how low a mint number I had there. So I was looking at the floor price. The floor price is 1.6K on this one. So I wanted to list mine around 2.9 because the next lowest one is at 3K, 159 mint. And I figured, again, kind of my same theory with the Ty Batman. If mine was to sell at 2.9K, just go back and buy the floor, pocket $1,000 real quick. Just my way of getting some more gems without actually having to get rid of my collectible, kind of just swapping mints. A lot of times I'll swap mints and get the lower mint, but sometimes I'll do the exact opposite and swap mints and take the difference in gems and just, if I'm okay with a higher mint for that collectible. Cleopatra 2.3K. The Rewind logo just under 1K. I think it was as low as like 800, 700 recently. It's at 913 right now. And we do know that it's International Women's Month, I believe, in March. And Rewind has said that they're going to drop another collection, another collectible, another set in the month of March. So I see those two House of Cards and the Rewind logo definitely doing really well in the near future, as well as Givenchy too. The Pride Da Vinci, 7.2K. That's always going to do well. Let's see here. Superman, 195 left, 3.3K. Step down a little bit. I have like a strand of long hair just floating around my neck. It just keeps itching me. It's like the worst length. Gotta talk about my Spider-Mans real quick. We got Brendan Z leaving me a comment, glitching my screen. Shout out to Brendan Z, probably in the chat right now. Let's see, Green Goblin. I do have Green Goblin. Step down to 519. Now I feel like would be a good opportunity. Secret Rare Spider-Man, 49.6K. Secret Rare Spidey, doing well. Ultra Rare, 5.5K. The Rare, just under 1,000, 999. There's one left. The Uncommon, 459, and the Common, 639. Going back up. Good to see. Good to see. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely a good drop, everybody. Definitely a good comic book. Shout out to Comics and Crypto. They gave it a hodl as well. Poon Style, what up? What up? Simone Biles, you never miss a drop. I do miss drops, guys. Definitely do miss drops. I miss them all the time, actually. Just I feel like nowadays, especially with all the attention on me getting these drops now, I feel like anytime I do get one, it definitely gets amplified for sure. I feel like half the time people just tune in these days too, just to see if I do get the drop. So I think that's kind of like the entertainment in itself these days. Definitely hope everybody gets the drop. Right. Everybody has good luck on the drop today, Claire. Willow Kid in the building. How we doing, fam? We got Dan Schauble in the building. Appreciate you tuning in today. JD is getting a secret rare. I hope, my man. I feel like my luck can't be that good, can it? Knock on some wood. Pen and paper in the way. Dubes, how we doing, brother? Dubes in the house, in the building. What a do, homies. Rich J, is there a drop today? There is a drop, Rich buddy. We got a good comic book blind box dropping right now in about 45 minutes. 44 minutes to go. And it's a pretty good comic book too. I'm gonna go over these covers again too, now that some more people have joined the chat. I think this is a really good comic book. I think it's gaining popularity as well. I think the details, the covers look amazing on these. I'm gonna start it back now. It's focused up. Common looks clean. Love the common. Even the uncommon looks awesome. I think it's because the white and black background with that blue Ghost Rider, he just pops. Love the ultra rare. Big fan of the ultra rare on this one. And the secret rare looks crispy clean. Like the white background, the blue, black. Those are some of my favorite color contrasts right there. Always been a big fan of like white and navy blue. And so that's kind of close to how it is. I guess you can kind of see with the theme, white and blue. It's always been my thing. It's crazy how that's the colors of VeVe too. It was all meant to be. Let's go. Adam Gonzalez. Amelia. Yeah, I think Amelia is a great one. Yeah, Rich Buddy, I think it all depends really. Right now, there's not a lot of buy pressure in the market, and that's the reason why those low mints tend to sit there. Rich Buddy said, hard to sell the low mints for premium. They just sit there for a long time. They're definitely not as liquidable as a floor price or a floor mint collectible. It's definitely not as liquid, I would say, but there's a huge market for it too. So don't cut yourself short and sell something too low just because it doesn't sell right away. But that's definitely been I would say the thing that everybody's noticed is when you sell those low mints, you have to be willing to sit on it for a little while, maybe a few days, maybe a week or so. Biggest comic drop of 2022. Let's go, Dan Shovel. Keep that on the down low until after the drop happens. Let's go. MS5 is the second most valuable Marvel Bronze Age comic behind Hulk 181, FA Wolverine. We'll be stacking on this one, that's for sure. Crypto Finch in the building. Let me get that hair for you. Hilarious. Should I FOMO into the only season 1 animated collectible, JD? Rasta Gang? Well, Brendan Z, appreciate you for tuning in from the Palace Gang. Brendan Z, I would say there's actually 2 animated collectibles from season 1, to be technical. Now, one's kind of like what do they call it? Texture animation, the Starfire. That is technically the first collectible to have animation, but especially because David Yu made a whole entire Instagram post about this one specifically. The first fully ever animated collectible is Ritmo, the yellow Rasta Gang hair color, not hair color, but the yellow unicorno with the Rasta hair, the dreads. Definitely a big fan of Ritmo. I know it's kind of a Toki brand, so it's not as popular as your Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. But I just think that I had 2 of these at one point, and I had actually a second full set of the Unicornos for a while. Big fan of them. Just because one, not only does I think it look cool, but I think eventually we're going to see all these collectibles be all dynamic. Most of what we're seeing right now is static. And I think there's going to come a point in time where most of the collectibles that drop are going to be fully animated. So when that happens, maybe it's a long hold, maybe a year, maybe 2 years go by. But I think Rimo's going to eventually be out of reach. It's literally going to be a unicorn because it's the first ever fully animated collectible. There's only one of those, and there's only ever going to be one. So definitely a big fan of Rimo. Yo, JD, do you know? I don't know the all-time high for those Da Vinci cards, to be honest. Super stoked to get a 707 mint on the floor. Definitely a good mint to get on the floor. Thoughts what they could do next month? Yeah, Gio, I think the cards are going to surprise people next month. And the Rewind logo itself, definitely see the Rewind logo easily being over 1,000. Not financial advice, just my opinions. Just because, one, this is the first series ever from Rewind. They've already announced that they're going to be partnered with Coinbase. They've already announced that they're coming out with another drop in March. And so, just like kind of my philosophy with a lot of these Series 1 collectibles, Series 1 sets, they're going to be the ones that everybody's targeting eventually. Because when there's so many, most people aren't going to be able to get every single series. So what are they going to want to target? Probably the first series. Definitely see them doing really well with next month being International Women's Month. Yep, absolutely. AKA Bash, how we doing, brother? I think he was the winner of the last JD giveaway. Nick K's dropping tonight. Of course, it's a good drop. Dev, appreciate you for tuning in. It's probably late where you are. What country are you in right now? Because fortunately for me, it is 10:20 a.m. in the morning on the east coast of the USA. No way. Ghost Rider was my first comic pickup ever. 5th grade. Wow, Rich Buddy. Great pickup back in the day. 9.8 graded MS5 fair market value is 320,000. Dan Shaw giving all the gems right now. Yeah, I do think this one's going to come out kind of slept on right away. I think it'll all depend on how it opens up in the market, of course. But I think if it opens up kind of the same way it's always been opened up to where there's only a few in there right away, I see pretty much the same pattern here. It's going to start out pretty high. It's going to get saturated. People are just going to want to flip. They're not going to think about how valuable it is. Price is probably going to come down to a certain point where everybody who's been itching to grab this one are going to say, okay, this is good enough for me. Boom. And then it's going to start to work its way back up, I think. Because this is a pretty valuable collectible, I would say, or a comic book, I should say. Robert, in the chat, how we doing, brother? Starfire is not animated. Her hair don't count. Texture animation, Brendan. Texture animation, the technical term. I did not get my walls checked yet. But like right now, see, I don't feel congested one bit. And it's only been 20 minutes, so we'll see how that keeps up. But cheers to everybody drinking their coffee, getting ready for Coffee Gate. Yeah, I feel fine right now, but I guarantee in 20 minutes I'm going to say it came back for some reason. Not sure why. Oh, yeah. Adam Gonzalez. I'm not sure what that's about. I definitely see this comic book kind of being slept on too, Dan. I think it's going to come out. I think people just kind of see it as another comic book right now. I think I see also the comics all running up soon too. Once we can put them in the showroom, we all know that's coming soon. And just the FOMO behind that alone is going to send even the comic books in the market that aren't, the most valuable. I even see them kind of bumping up to a price that we may not have seen in a while, just because everybody is finally going to want to be able to put their comics in the showroom, show off the covers, show them off on the profile. So I see a lot of these big time valuable comics kind of getting out of reach once that happens. It's about 9 in the evening. It's all good. My body clock rotates with the VeVe clock. That's so crazy. It's so true too, Deb. I feel like everybody's body clock is probably the same thing. Good or bad, I mean, that's how it is right now. Luckily, we're just enjoying the moment right now. What do you think about the $10 million bid on the James Bond card? Yeah, so I saw that. I'm not too sure how I feel just yet on it. Everybody who's bid on it, I've seen a lot of Twitter posts saying that it's real, it's legit. I mean, I hope it is, but I'm not getting my hopes up on it. I've seen this plenty of times before to where the winner wins and they don't pay and nothing happens. So if that happens, I would just expect it's just another one of those situations. There's probably the most amount of bids I've ever seen on this, though. So I wouldn't be surprised at the same time if the winner does pay. But I think right now people are kind of just bidding on it to be funny. I think there's more of a chance that that's probably happening right now. I feel like that's one way to increase your amount of followers for sure right now, but I'm not gonna do that just because I don't want to be part of that. But I do think it's hilarious. But I mean, I'd hope to see it be legit. I hope there will be someone who's actually trying to buy that. It'd be good for VeVe. East Coast gang, let's go. Yeah, Superstar, appreciate that big time. Superstar money. I definitely don't need the drop. Don't need the comic. That's why I always look at these things. Let me shout out to Dan Show because he's been big on this saying, his motto. We've already won, just have fun. And anytime I start stressing out about, comics or collectibles I don't have that I'm reaching for, because it's kind of like the fun stress in it. It's like the hunt. When you're hunting down something that you can't get just yet, it makes it fun. So, but there's a lot of times where I'll start stressing over mentally, not like really stressing over, but really just trying to itch for it. I always try to remember that saying, like, I've already won. I'm just having fun now. So I definitely feel that. Anytime I get a drop, it's always a bonus for me. That's the one thing where that's another reason why I don't want to get too upset when I miss these drops for a few different reasons. One, I know how much demand there is. I know there's hundreds of thousands of people coming on the app right now. So just to even get one of these drops, I know how hard it is. And the fact that I already do have a decent sized collection. Excuse me. I feel like I'm kind of just going for these drops to have fun now. But also, I'm trying to swap a lot because I have some sets right now that I don't absolutely love. I kind of just got them for the MCP. I wanted to have a little bit of both. I wanted to have the grails. I wanted to have the comics and collectibles that I love. But I also wanted to have a stash of some things just for the MCP program. So like I said, I've always wanted to try to stay around that 50 set range. So I'm constantly kind of trying to swap some sets or some collectibles for some other collectibles or comics or sets that I really, really want. Don't want to do it all at once and then go a few days without those MCP points. I can't wait to see when that first gets implemented, how many I've had since the very last March. I can't believe it. It's coming up on just 1 year now. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe they make it sometime this summer. They implement the Master Collector program, and it's kind of like a 1 year anniversary for most of the OGs. I have a feeling they will do something after, or not after, but maybe after, or on that day of the very last first season. Just because I feel like that was an iconic moment right there. We ended the very first beta, because that's what season 1 was. Season 1 was like a beta season. So, and I think they have said that they're going to reward the OGs, anyone who joined or made an account or bought anything. I forget exactly what they said in that season 1 range. So maybe they roll out the Master Collector program that same day. Season 1, the legendary season 1 beta ended. That would be awesome. That's also another reason why I love those Dragon Girls, because the last set ever for VeVe in that season 1 was those Dragon Girls from Simone Legnu. So having that first set ever of season 1, having that last set ever of season 1, I feel like an iconic moment right there. Oh, man, you don't need the luck. So I appreciate that, Superstar Money. Always need the luck. Always need the luck. You never know when you might get it, when you might not. There's plenty of times where I felt like I got perfect timing and I still didn't get it. And then there's been a couple of times where I felt like I didn't have any chance to get it and I still got it somehow. So I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but 31 minutes to the drop. I'm going to go with the timing technique again. This time we have the buy now button that's going to flash up. So I've definitely recently been doing a lot better at these, because at least it kind of gives me, I used to be kind of scared because I was like kind of not confident where the buy now is going to exactly pop up. But now it kind of almost gives me like an extra cue. Like it gives me something to gauge my click on. I'm not reacting to it, but at the same time, it's almost like a little bit of a hybrid. Not exactly reacting to it and not blindly just trying to time it. It's like, it's so hard to explain. Like I'm trying to train my click almost a split second before I see it, if that makes sense. I feel like if the 10 mil does happen on the Aston Martin, it'll put a lot of eyes on VeVe. That's for sure, aka Bash. And I think it's only a matter of time before these sales actually start happening. What's going to be the big catalyst, I feel like, for these sales to be like a continuous, consistent thing, I would say, is really the fact once this web app becomes available, the web app is going to change everything. Right now, people can already swap on MetaMask their ETH for OMI. That's game changing. So what's going to happen when these whales, ETH whales, and the whole ETH community, not just the ETH whales, but the whole ETH community, are able to swap their Oh man, I messed up retweeting them first. um, these Ethereum community, the whole Ethereum community is going to be able to swap their ETH for OMI and then buy these NFTs with OMI on the VeVe app. That's going to be game changing. And it's going to be able to be done through the web app. And that's going to allow big time money to flow in, especially because people won't have to be limited to 600 gems at a time. Right now, that's kind of limiting a lot of big money. If I'm, a person who wants to invest a couple $100,000 in the VeVe right now, you have to go around and about way to do that. To be honest, I don't even know the best way to do that right now without that web app, without having to add in 600 gems at a time, getting hit with that Apple tax every single time. So I feel like that's going to be game changing for so much, especially with the big sales too. That's just going to put more attention on VeVe. Next golden moment drop. People will be confused on what to list for. The volatility has been high. I don't know if we're going to see a golden moments drop happen anytime soon, Rich Buddy, just because this Valentine's Day one was not really in the game plan for a while. I think this was like a spur of the moment. Disney had an idea and said, why don't we try a Valentine's Day golden moments drop? And I think they went for it. And I think Disney was pretty happy with it. So that tells me that they may be inclined to do another one or maybe a little bit more. So maybe we will see more. I've always had this assumption and this kind of theory that Disney owns everything, right? Disney owns Disney Plus, obviously. And when we saw those first golden moments from Disney, people had the utility of getting a free subscription to Disney Plus. Disney also owns ESPN Plus. So me as being a huge sports fan, I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, could we see one day, maybe next year or something, maybe the anniversary of these first Disney golden moments, they have sports golden moments? I would lose my mind. I would go crazy. And I think the value of them would shoot up big time too. If they were legendary sports players, like maybe it's a Michael Jordan or a LeBron James, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, like just crazy sports figures that have meant a lot. Tiger Woods, like Mike Trout. There's so many I could just think of right now off the top of my head. So I definitely hope that happens one day. I don't know if that's kind of just speculation at this point, but it was just one of those things I thought of when I saw Disney owns everything. And one of those things that Disney owns is ESPN Plus. So felt like those golden moments could maybe come with the utility of owning the ESPN subscription. So that's something that I would definitely try to do. I think if golden moments drop again recently, I don't expect them to drop again recently. I think there would have to be some kind of holiday or special event or something like that for them to want to drop a golden moments, like spur of the moment type thing. I should have looked at all the golden moments, Rich Buddy. I didn't. It's one thing I didn't check out in the market today. Off the top of my head, I would say most of them are still above 1K. There's maybe like Barton Homer, I saw at 1.3K. I don't know if any is down below 1K. If any, I would say maybe Lady and the Tramp, but I'm not positive on that right now. How much of the MTL is already priced in? I'm thinking the slow rollout method is definitely softening the dip. So I'm not sure what you mean by already priced in right there, chasing Sundays. But again, I think the people that really wanted to cash out, and basically, I think a lot of people have just been so scared of the MTL because they're thinking that all these people are just going to cash out all their money and leave and never come back. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I mean, for a few different reasons. Let's talk about all few of them. One, right off the bat, I mean, if you made a bunch of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars on an app, you're not just going to cash out and never go back to the app. You're probably, if you did cash out, you're probably going to come back to it. Two, I think the people who wanted to cash out have probably already found a way to cash out, whether that's crypto or whatever the case is. And three, there's going to be so many other drops happening in the future to where I don't think people are really going to want to cash out. If anything, it's all the MTL is going to do is allow more money to be put in because now this is a safe investment. There were so many people that would have bought a lot of these collectibles, a lot of the Disney moments, but they're like, why would I put money in if I can't withdraw it? Like, that doesn't make sense for a lot of people. And it makes sense to us because we know David and Dan by now. We know the Comey team. We know Alfred Kahn. We know their plans. We know this is legit. We know that Disney wouldn't partner with a scam. So, like, that's from us tuning into every AMA. We've been here for almost a year, a lot of us now. We've done our research. But for the average person just looking on the outside, they don't understand all that yet. And I mean, I can understand that just because they didn't have time to do the research yet. So that MTL is going to make it liquid, and that's going to help out so much. I mean, look at OpenSea. It's liquidable. Because it's liquidable, you don't see a huge crash and everything. If you see a huge crash, that has a lot to do with many other things. It's not because it didn't just become liquidable. So once VeVe becomes liquid, I think it's going to help out big time. There obviously is going to be some corrections in between in the micro, some dips, but in the macro, I think that's the start of a whole new era, to be honest. We got how much time to the drop? 29 minutes. Not 29 minutes. See, this is what happens when you leave your phone to see that seconds is just going down way too quick. And I didn't do anything except for just have the app running, but it was on this. So that's why I always try backing out and coming back in. I'm making sure I feel like that second is running down smooth. And a lot of times I feel like it'll still get caught up or like lag. So that's why I just go back, come back in. And then once I see it go down on like in what I feel like is a normal time, that's when I feel like I'm ready for the drop. JD, someone created a 100 plus collectible floor wall on Spidey Marvel Mighty for $129.99. Any idea why someone would do that over 100 of the same collectible? Yeah, that's actually someone that is like pretty familiar with in the community. A lot of people know of the person, and I'm not too sure of what the reasoning was there. I saw that too, and I was like, wow, okay, I don't know what's happening right there. I feel like for me, you know, if I ever wanted to sell that many, like I had to sell a lot of the Marvel Mighties. It was right when Wall happened. What was it? It was one of the Captain Americas. It was the Steve Rogers. I had like 30 of them. And I didn't really want to get rid of too many of my big collectibles. I had a lot of FA Jokers I had to get rid of at the time. FA Harley Quinns, I kind of depleted my duplicate stash. And I had to let go of almost all my Steve Rogers Captain American ones too, the Marvel Mighties. I still kept like a handful. But instead of listing all like that for me, I had to sell them off quick too because I didn't want Walt to, get up there. So for me, I've learned through experience. If I ever wanted to sell off a lot, I mean, when you create a huge wall like that, it's psychology at that point. You're making it so you're not enticing people to buy. You're actually steering people away from your wall to buy. So for me, if I ever wanted to sell that many collectibles, I would just list one by one at the floor. And I've had to do that to get the wall. And wow, that was probably the greatest move of my 2 back-to-back moves. Selling all my duplicates to get to 2,900 to get my first wall. And then my second greatest move of all time was when I got rid of that duplicate Givenchy, which long term, I still don't know if it's the complete right move, but in the short term, midterm, I still think long term it is. But Givenchy just has a lot fewer additions, so I could see the floor going up quick. But to get a second wall, I would do that move over and over again. So whew, every time I think about it, it just makes me go crazy because it puts me back in those shoes. And it almost didn't work. If my Givenchy didn't sell in time, that wall would have ran away. So like by the time it sold, by the time mine sold and I was able to get the wall had ran up from 2.9K up to 3.6, I think it was. And that was the last one in the 3K range. So it almost was like gone out of here just in time. But yeah, so going back to this question, Robert, I'm not too sure why. I haven't talked to the person who made the wall to know exactly why. But I did see it though, and I was like, wow, okay. I only have one of those Spideys right now. Is the one I got on the drop. It's a 3-digit mint. It's a pretty solid mint number too. I thought about selling this right away on the drop for like a premium and then buy back the floor. But I was like, you know what? Not too many people are gonna be able to say they own original Marvel Mighty Spidey. And it's a 3-digit 478. That's the one I have right here. It's not an FA, but again, I mean, it's the only Marvel Mighty's Spider-Man, so I felt like it could be pretty big if there was a game to come out with the Mighties. People are probably going to want to play with their most favorite superhero, which is Spidey. This is what a lot of people are thinking too. This has been something that I've seen a lot in the market. Now, I don't know if that person's doing it for this reason, but anytime I have seen a huge sell wall, I used to see this back in the day from like a same username, not the same person who has this list of the sell wall, but someone else who would make like a random username. I would see that same username on different collectibles with the same sell wall. I definitely thought that their plan was to buy the collectibles that get listed below, keep buying the ones that get listed below that floor, delist their sell wall, and then I've seen the prices skyrocket. I've seen it happen with the FA Joker, the FA Harley Quinn at the same time. And as soon as they both hit that sell wall, they did explode. So a lot of people are probably thinking that. I'm not too sure though, because I actually know this person. I feel like they wouldn't do that. But to be honest, I'm not too sure. Not too sure on that one. Cash out doesn't come without a flood of newly acquired users. Doesn't make sense. Exactly, Dev. That's like we've just waited since last March for just the ability to cash out. Finally, it's here. And now it's like, oh, cash out's here. Watch out. It's like, what? There's always FUD. No matter what happens, there's always some kind of like negativity coming around it. It's just wild. That's why I always say if you're new and you're just tuned in the last couple of months, don't get scared of the FUD. You know, if you believe in something, stay convicted in that belief. Don't let outside voices or distractions steer you away from your core belief. I've seen that happen too many times. And the people that stuck with their core belief, you know, had that conviction the whole time, it's really rewarded them. So good luck. Good luck. Yeah, that sell wall has gotten like everybody looking at it. I saw it too, and I was like, "Wow, that is a big wall." Yeah, absolutely. And so, Dev, this is a great point right now. We got to 1.9 million active monthly users without being able to cash out. Once we're able to withdraw, I mean, VeVe teams talked about this too. They haven't really, spent too much money on marketing right now because one, they didn't have to, and two, they don't really want to because imagine if they did and they just got another 5 to 10 million users right now. That's not going to really benefit them. They would probably get a lot more negative reviews right now. I can't get the drop, right? So I think they're going to save the marketing, like what the influencers, what everybody in the community is doing right now. All of you guys are a huge part of this too. We're all helping the VeVe team just grow right now at a steady rate to where they don't really need to spend millions on marketing right now. And once we're able to withdraw, have the MTL, once everything's in place, the apps run smooth, we can search for people. I can search for your profile. I can look through your showroom on your profile. Owe me the NFTs here. That's probably when I start seeing them start spending a lot of money on marketing. We start seeing Johnny Dunn and VeVe commercials and all kinds of stuff like that, right? I definitely see like Disney doing some kind of partnership with them, maybe doing a couple commercials, but I don't think they're ready just yet. I think that's stuff that's going to take a little bit of time. See Rios, Z Brito. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy some too in the market as well, depending on what the prices come out. I want to get the ultra rare. I just like the cover on that big time. I like the secret rare too. I like both. I mean, secret rare or ultra rare, I'd be cool with both. Definitely trying to get a couple low mid commons. I want to get at least a 3-digit common on this one. Yeah, Kryptoni, I've seen this happen so many times to where that's what I originally thought too, but I feel like they wouldn't do that with their actual username because that's someone who's like known in the community. To where I feel like the people who do this make fake usernames or make usernames that are private to where that's how they trick people. I think because I'm pretty sure the person that put that out there was telling people like to take down the sell wall, like to buy it. So like for me, I feel like maybe they just wanted the gems. But something that's worked for me was just, if they're watching, I've listed it one by one at the floor, and that's worked out way better because that entices people to buy it, as opposed to when you put up a huge wall like that, you're actually doing the opposite psychology wise. It actually deters people from wanting to buy it. So I have a 402 C3PO. That's pretty good, huh? Yeah. Rich Buddy, 402 is pretty solid right there. I mean, think about it. That's the first ever Star Wars collectible, that and the R2D2. And you can say you have the first 500 ever Star Wars collectible ever to exist. That's going to be big. And we're so early in this, guys. Just think of, now my congestion's starting to come back. 45 minutes exactly. Wow. That's insane. It's definitely something down here. I think it's just my computer screen, to be honest. I'm right in front of it. It's probably just dusty. I got to clean it. I'm doing that today. I keep saying I got to clean it, but I never do. Today, after this, is when it's happening. Yeah, the first 500 Star Wars collectibles, that's big time. Digital collecting is going to be just as obvious as digital music streaming right now. It's the same transition. We're just really ahead of it right now. Did you know Tesla spends $0 on marketing? I imagine VeVe could pull off the same thing. Absolutely. And I do see them doing something along those lines. Just because, like, all of us, we've really helped build this without having this, having them to spend marketing money. And it's by word of mouth. That's how you know it's a good product, because it's all just spread from word of mouth. It's not like they're forcing people. I think there would actually probably be more issues if they did pay influencers right now while it's still up and like while it's still so new. Because how many NFT projects out there have been, promoted by paid influencers, and then it's a rug pull, or then it's not right, or it's not even a good one. So I feel like if they heard or if they saw that people are actually paid by VeVe this whole time to promote it, and that's how they grew, I think that would actually cast a worse light. So I think eventually that time could come to where they do pay, or they do have paid, marketing influencers. But I think as on the come up, I think it was actually probably the best move to keep everything how it is right now. I mean, you got to think, we marketed VeVe. We went on full campaigns, probably what a marketing company would ask like millions of dollars for. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's just psychology part. Absolutely. I'm just saying, morning, y'all. It's a flex wall. That could be it too, Sometimes that could be it, because I list some of my collectibles. Like I have a 91 Storm I just got. I saw a good deal on it, and I was like, okay, you know what? It's the first X-Men ever. 91. I have basically I could say I have the first 40 ever X-Men ever. So I have a 91 Storm, and I listed that at 9.9 mil, just a flex. It's just a strategy for 4Ls. Yeah. It's a huge red flag. I can see that too. Usually it is, I would say, definitely. I would say it's definitely a red flag when it's from a private account that's looks like a fake account. But when it's from someone that you know, or someone that is in the community, it makes me think I don't think they would do that if their name was out there. That puts a bad light on their name if that was the case. So I'm not too sure, to be honest. I saw in the feed that the Aston Martin was sold on a 44-minute rebound. Can anybody confirm this, dismiss this? I mean, there's a bunch of Aston Martins people were getting at 44 minutes on the rebound. Jerry, let's go. Good luck, everybody, on this drop. Shout out to the Palace gang in the building. Yeah, that drop, to explain that drop, I've had a lot of people say, oh, that looks sketchy. I was like, what do you guys mean that looks sketchy? First of all, I didn't even get one of those drops. I bought my Aston Martin in the marketplace. I bought it for $800. And at the time, I was like, oh, that's kind of a lot. But it was a 1953 mint. One, that's my dad's birth year. And two, this is the first year, or this is the year that the first ever James Bond book ever came out. So that's a big deal. So, and the floor is probably like 700 right now. So I didn't mind doing that at all. Sarah's just flexing. They're giving the Spideys away for free on Twitter. Wow. Okay. Shout out to JJ. Yeah, it's good to know. Um, that's what I mean. I feel like if that was like a whale strategy, like a tactic that they're doing to try to buy under the floor, I feel like they probably would have used a name that is made up but not real name or something like that. I've seen that happen so many times in the market. But the fact that like it was someone that everybody knew in the community, I felt like there was probably something different to it, that it probably wasn't anything shady like that. But I did see it, and it did make me like like go, and be assassin. Let's get this dub. Let's go, fam. Wow, you just got Batman tickets. I didn't even know they were selling them already. When's the movie come out? March what? Man, Batman about to go crazy then on VeVe. Let's go. Johnny Boy, hopefully get another drop today. Johnny Boy got a, what was it, like a 79 secret rare the other day on a rebound. Insane. I said Johnny Boy got a secret rare, and I think people thought it was me. What up, BDK? Yeah, I mean, it's just a stunt for more followers. I think it's a good idea. Everyone's talking about it. That's actually a good point, JJ. It's actually, I mean, everyone is talking about it. Imagine if I did something like that, how much attention that would cause. I don't want to cause any like negative attention like that. So that is a reason why I list some of my collectibles for like 9.9 mil. The ones that are pretty popular that I feel like everybody's checking. I mean, how to grow the followers is a thing that's going to take a lot of time and grind. You guys see me interacting with everybody, trying to comment back every single time I can. Sometimes though, it gets lost in the feed, so many notifications to where you don't always get to do that. But also what helps grow the following is, listing your collectibles for that max price, because people are just curious. People are going to go check out, what's the highest hot for sale? Johnny Dunn's listing his for 9.9 mil. What's his profile look like? Boom, click. Whoa, that looks sick. Follow. And so I'll follow back, but that's how usually I try to follow back at least. I'm like Tom on MySpace back in the day. I'm probably following every single person who's created a VeVe account. But yeah, that's just one way that's definitely helped me grow followers too. I would say the consistency is key though. I mean, just engaging. It's just like any other social media platform, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Like if you guys see how many tweets I've had, I started this account probably a couple years ago now, but I only had 200 followers on it when I found VeVe, and I came on this my Twitter account. I probably only had a couple hundred tweets, maybe 1,000 tweets. If you guys check now, I think I just reached like 20,000 tweets, and that was all since probably April, May is when I came back onto the VeVe app. I mean, onto Twitter. So I probably have about 20,000 tweets. So it's just engaging, And the same thing with the VeVe app. I mean, the algorithm's there. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to drop. Let's go. I'm excited for this one. I think I might get it. I'm feeling good. It's crazy though. Like my nose starts getting congested about 40 minutes every time I start. But it's not every time I'm just down here, because in the AMA I can last like 2 hours, 3 hours down here, and I'm fine. I didn't feel congested. So that tells me it's just when I'm talking. So that's probably something on my screen here. I just haven't dusted it or anything in probably a couple years. Like Gate, let's go. Shout out to Z Brito. They need to raise the prices of the Batman statue. You mean retail wise, or you just mean like the secondary market value? You hope it goes back up. Oh, okay. The Batman NFT, you got a ticket. Got you. That's how I see things going with VeVe. But right now, it's so early. This is like the golden age opportunity still. This is going to be mainstream, I believe, probably by the end of this year into 2023. Like they've talked about how we're on like year probably 4 or 5 projections at this point. That first year, they only projected to have like 30 to 40,000 total users on the app. Can you guys just imagine what that required to re-engineer the app to handle the load we've really gotten. Like 65 champ on the 44-minute rebound, Johnny boy. Yeah, 65. Even what did I say? 76? Bro, that's amazing right there, man. I would look at that collectible every single day and look at the market prices too, just because that's unbelievable. That's a good one right there. I wish I could do it right now, but sort when you look at that secret rare Aston Martin, sort in the filter, by the filtering, and look to see where your mint fits. Just get a gauge of what the value is for that right now. That's a good one, man. That's a hodl. That's an Aston Martin right there. Took a little L buying for $9.99 on drop day. Yeah, it's a little high, Nevea. But I mean, again, the DeLorean Ultra Rare got up to $1,000. And that's got 12,500 editions. This is an Aston Martin with 2,000 editions, ultra rare. Even though it's static, I definitely see it being above 1K. Now, I always say not to compare it exactly with the DeLorean because the DeLorean has a couple extra things for it. It is season 1. It's the first vehicle ever. And it's first interactive. So I feel like there's a couple of extra things going for that DeLorean. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is an Aston Martin. There's only 1,080 of them in the entire real world. There's only 2,000 of them digitally. $1,000 retail price. Well, obviously not for the ultra rare. It's $300, but still $300 retail price. DeLorean was not that much. I definitely see this being over 1,000. How we doing, shooter? JD's JT. Good luck. Let's go. Good luck, JT. Yeah, definitely good luck, chat. So Johnny Boy, you can't find anybody in the search right now on VeVe. That's like the unfortunate part. So I always tell people, oh man, I can't go to the listings either. What do I have listed? I have a couple of my collectibles listed for the highest amount. I just delisted a few though, so I'm not sure what's still listed. But once the market opens back up, I'll list like my Todd. I'll list a couple of my big, like the Secret Rare Spider-Man. I think maybe a Storm Common. I know I have a Storm Common. The Common Storm I have listed for 9.9 mil. So if you go to that one, Johnny Boy, you can go like to the marketplace, sort it by either highest price or lowest edition number because it's a 91 mint. So you can click on my profile that way, and if you follow me, then I'll follow back. Try to do it on stream, then write a live chat comment saying that you follow me, because otherwise, if an hour goes by, there's no way I'll be able to find you in the notifications. Yep, I'll definitely go over to drop strategy real quick. All right, so I'm going to do it quick because we only have 1:40 left. I try to act like I count down the countdown in my head because the buy now button flashes 1 second after buy now pops up. I'm sorry, 1 second after 0. So you're going to see 0 minutes, 0 seconds. And then 1 second after that, the buy now button pops up. So too many people, I think, are reacting to seeing the buy now pop up and then pressing it. So I'll try to stay in rhythm and just predict when it's going to come up. And I click slightly before I see the buy now. So I'm going to do it right now, and I'm going to act like there's 0 minutes left. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Click. It probably would have been money right there. I hope that kind of helps, like last second. We got a minute left to the 50 seconds to the drop. Cheers, Coffee Gators. All right, I'm going to record this one. I'm going to back out. I like to back out just to make sure my countdown's like going in order, in sync. Feels pretty good right now. 33 seconds left. It did feel a tiny bit early, like fast, but I don't know. I'm just going to keep it. 23 seconds. 20 seconds. Man, I'm nervous. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Nope, too late. I got it. Oh my God. I got it. I thought I was too late. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened there? What? 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 Oh my gosh. I did get one pending order. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. My heart's sinking right now. My heart is racing. What? So I just backed out because I was like, what? And I just clicked it again. And I had the red bar. Oh, people are gonna go crazy on this one. But I recorded the whole thing. I don't know what rarity I got because, or I don't even know what mint number I got because I didn't see the green truck. Oh my god. Adam, awesome face. Appreciate you for tuning in, my man. He says, hey, turn your sign on. I have a feeling it's a light on day. Dude, it was a light off day today. Oh my gosh. Wait till you guys see this video. Oh my gosh. Like what? Oh man. Yep, our Batman Black and White, the first set ever. Yeah, so James Brown. Great question. Series 1 of Batman, the one with the Todd Batman, the Todd McFarlane Batman, the Rizzo Batman, the Becky Cloonan Batman, the Joe M Batman. That's the first set ever on VeVe. It's the first set of Batman, and it's the first set ever on VeVe. I can't believe this. I don't know how I got it. I really can't believe it. Yo, Adam, I appreciate the super chat, man, so much. I appreciate that, brother. Hopefully you had a light off day or a light on day for you. Okay, so I think there's a glitch with it, Johnny boy. I think they will fix it. I'm getting an error that your device doesn't meet our security standards. So I would say don't freak about this, Anupam. I've gotten this before, like just randomly. Like it won't even be during drop time sometime, and I'll just randomly get it when I'm opening the app. I think it just is like random. I would say. So don't freak out that you don't meet the standards or whatever the case is. I can't believe I got it. How we do? How we do? Coffee Gate. Let's go. Andrew got one. Wow, a lot of L's already. Did you get rugged? It feels like I got rugged. Location helps. I'm gonna ask my boy if he went for today. I'm gonna show you guys the replay. Let you guys see what you think. I have like a piece of my like. You ever get skin on your thumb like popping up? I'm gonna peel it off, but whatever. All right, so here's the full. So back out. 35 seconds to go. Hopefully the person I showed was able to get the drop too. Yeah, focus up. Whatever. You guys can see it though, right? 10 seconds. Felt like I did get rug pulled there. 3, 2, 1, 0. So late. I was like, yeah, cool, I got it. I was like, what? So you got to be kidding me. So let's try it again. So I hit the buy now button. Nothing. I was like, you got to be kidding. Let's try it again. Hit it again. Nothing. I was like, what? So back out. Let it load. And I got it. I was like, what? That's insane. This is wild. I don't know what's happening. I swear it has something to do with backing out and coming back in. I've been crushing it every time I've been doing that. Best time ever done. Let's go, Andrew. All right, so Andrew, you timed it perfectly and got a dub. That's good to see. The same thing happened to me, Drew NFTV. What happened to you? Did you back out and then you saw that you got one? Willow, perfect timing, took an L. Man, that's the stuff that I hate to see is when you have perfect timing and you took an L. It's just one of those things, man, where try to keep that timing the same every single drop. And obviously you have been killing it, but it's just not working, right? Justin Torres with a dub. Got one with the same method you use. Let's go. So timing. So I didn't want to get through today with the spam technique. Usually it's about 50-50. JD Sniffles, good luck. Yeah, what is going on? It makes me not want to clean my computer screen at this rate. That's unfortunate, man. If you feel like you've been timing it right, I would say the only thing I can suggest you doing now is do back out, because I feel like the countdown is off sometimes. Kelvin, is that a real win on the – let's go. Kelvin on the rebound. Montage with a rebound. Montage, you kill the rebounds, man. Man, now it's getting pretty bad right now. Cracked it. Does that mean you got one, Papa Geezer Breezer? Yeah, Kelvin, you've been going hard on these rebounds and you haven't been hitting. So I'm glad to see you hit. I don't think I'm going to post this one out today. With whatever happened today, people aren't going to believe that. Yeah, I agree, Sean. I agree. Hey, it's secret rare. Let's go. Come on. This would be my first comic secret rare ever I got on a drop. A lot of people say you always get the secret rare. The secret rare, the Black Panther was my first ever blind box secret rare. The other secret rares I got when it was the old drop style, and you just went for the individual rarity. I am so curious too how I'm streaming and I'm getting it. Bro, what is your internet speed? How are you streaming during the drop without direct Ethernet connections and still getting it? And I stopped using Ethernet cable. Wow. Like, here's my Ethernet cable box thing. Here, let me get rid of the chat. I'll bring it up. So I still use the cable box, but it's just for my laptop. It's got like my mic hooked up into it. See the wires, the Ethernet cable. It's just like a box. And I used to put my phone charger in there, but I stopped doing that. And so the streaming, it helps my streaming definitely. Like, you can still kind of see it lag here and there, but for the most part, it runs pretty smooth. So it's not location based because My boy, shout out to my boy Tyler Gear, VeVe Trust. This is my boy who lives in my same hometown. I just sent him the video. I said, "Did you get it?" LMAO. And I showed him the video of me getting it. He said, "Nah, I missed it. I saw your stream. Nice." And so, shout out to my guy VeVe Trust, Tyler Gear. I'm gonna have him on the live stream doing these drops with me one day because he lives a block away from me, probably like 2 or 3 blocks away from me, but in the same town as me. So I had to ask him because I do wonder the same thing if location plays a part. But I always say if location played a part, my guy would be crushing the drops just like I do. So I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'll do a speed test on my phone. My ping is anywhere usually from like 9 ms to like 13 usually. Sometimes I've gotten all the way up at 17 milliseconds for my ping. But yeah, man, I stopped using my Ethernet for my phone. Like I used to have a charger from my phone into the Ethernet box, but I stopped using it and I kept hitting the drops. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna go back to it. I felt like it was a placebo effect almost. Wasn't sure if it was just in my mind or not. It would make sense that your connection's better. So here's my speed test for today. 334 download, 40 upload, 14 milliseconds is my ping. It's not gonna focus up. It's just 14. Let's go. Dub on the 4-minute rebound. Johnny Alien. So I think rebounds is like a split second right before. It's definitely not going to help the conspiracy theorists. Yeah, facts. Like Kelvin, you've been grinding at these rebounds, so it's good to see that you finally got one. Florian, I know it's frustrating. I would say try backing out because I feel like the countdown is slightly off for people. So I feel like people are trying to click almost with the button flashing up, you can't really click too early on the buy now. But I felt like when the buy now button's not flashing, it's just they're up on the screen. I felt like people were clicking too early. Like as soon as they see 0, they're clicking. And running a screen record. I'm running a screen record and I'm live streaming the drops. Yeah, Johnny boy. If that happened to you on the Aston Martin, you just got rug pulled on the Aston. Josh B got one off the get-go, 15,000. Hopefully it's a good rarity. I backed out 15 seconds in and went back in this time. I sat right next to my Wi-Fi and bam. This is huge. See, Josh B, I swear backing out has been becoming like one of my best decisions I've started to make because I've been crushing these drops ever since I decided to start backing out and coming back in. I've tried so many different things. In the very beginning, I used to never back out because I used to think it was like a virtual line to where if you backed out, you're basically jumping back in the back of the line. There was times where I literally would stay on that screen from 10 p.m. the night before. Like I used to do crazy things. So I'm always constantly adapting to try to see, all right, this doesn't work. Let me try this. And so what I've realized, I would say the last couple months, maybe the last few weeks, backing out with like a minute left and coming back in, realigns, kind of just synchronizes your countdown to whatever it's supposed to be. Because too many times I've realized it's a little bit fast or it's a little bit lagging behind. So I feel like not every time that you can back out and come back in, and if you still feel like the countdown's off, do it again. Go back and come back in. But you're playing with fire if you're waiting the 15 seconds. But I'm glad it worked for you. I feel like the closer you wait to 0, the better chances you are at having it perfectly in line. But the riskier it is because we all know the app could crash, whatever could happen. So read about the ping. So my ping's anywhere from like 9. It was at 14 today. Yeah, there was like a little bit of a gap from when I pressed it. I really think that's what it is. Like the amount of times I've hit when I backed out and came back in have been unbelievable. My girl stole my rebound. Rebound on the 4-minute mark. Let's go, Rich J. Kelvin, Rich J. Crushing it. Oh, my coffee trick. You got to get the fingers extra jittery right before you start backing out of the screen. Like a minute left, 50 seconds left. You got to take the sip of the coffee. That's hilarious. 12 millisecond ping is nutty. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm getting at. Kelvin's ping is 15 milliseconds. I would say my average ping is like 9 to 14. And that's with screen recording and with doing a live stream somehow. So I feel like I just need a new computer and then my live streams will be crispy smooth. Because I feel like my internet connection is like perfect now. I just need like a laptop, a computer that can handle the load of the StreamYard and everything now. Because I'm still on like a little tiny HP laptop. Like that was not expensive at all. No giveaway today, Pat Cassidy. No giveaway today. My man, I'll definitely have you on the list first for next giveaway. I got to restock some of my giveaway bags. And getting low, guys. I'm getting low. Wow. Z-Brittle, a 6 ping is like, that's quick. Distance to the server is a big deal. Quality of the service provider. I feel like maybe my buddy doesn't have the best internet provider, maybe then in that case, because my buddy lives right next to me. And I've had, it's not just one buddy too. Like I've got multiple friends who live near me. He's just one who lives in my town. But multiple people live near me and they still don't get the drop. So maybe it's just their internet provider isn't as strong. You need to ping the VeVe servers. I have done that with the Amazon. Someone's given me a link to the AWS servers before. Jerry hit. I missed Jerry's comment. Let's go. Jerry did hit an 8-minute rebound. Wow. They feel like impossible until you get one, right? I've won all mine on Wi-Fi. I haven't won on the Ethernet, not using it again. I've won on both. It was interesting. There was a point where it was like the first time I used the Ethernet connection, I got it. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, right? Like, and then I kept using it. I would get some, I would miss some. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try without it. And then I went on a spree without it. I was like, well, why would I go back? You know? Dudes, appreciate you for always tuning in, my man. Love the support, brother. A lot of people getting rebounds. Only collectible blind boxes for Coffee Key. That Meet Kevin coffee sip. Let's go. Shout out to Meet Kevin and all the millennial money YouTubers out there. Big fan of their show. Been watching for a while. Before even Andre Jick even came into VeVe. Yeah, Shemo, definitely. I mean, shout out to Comics and Crypto. They definitely made a great hodl or sell video, as always, on the comics that drop. I do think this is a good hold, a good hodl. I think this is going to be more popular increasingly in the future. And shout out to what Dan Schauble said, too. I mean, if you tune into the very beginning of this live stream, Dan hopped in earlier and talked about how valuable this comic is in the real world. I definitely think, you know, if this dips to like $500,000, I think that's going to be a huge opportunity for a lot of people. The secret rare. I'm hoping I get either a secret rare, ultra rare, or a 3-digit common on this one. Okay, it got delivered already. I was quick, and it's only a common. All right, so nothing crazy, guys. Nothing crazy, but I am happy I at least got one common. Just the fact I got another drop, another originally owned. I'm setting the record in the entire world for the most owned collectibles and comics on VeVe. That's my goal. That's my new goal. My new goal is to be the person with the most owned collectibles and comics, originally owned collectibles and comics in the entire world. I feel like that's a crazy goal right there. And it's possible at this point, I think. I just checked as a high mint comments and nothing too crazy. Yeah, serious. If you have any problems with that, you should definitely, they should definitely get back to you on a support ticket. Pat Cassidy, appreciate that big time. Secret Rare Black Panther. That was a huge drop, man. I probably should have sold it like that 2.3K range, but I think I'll definitely get back up there. And again, I get so hesitant to sell because once I land it on the drop, I get addicted to it. I get emotionally attached to it right away, and I'm trying to go for a new goal now. I'm trying to keep all my drops that I originally get on the drop. If your buddy comes over and starts hitting, we're all moving in. Could you imagine that? I told him because, I grew up with this kid. Shout out to Tyler Gear once again, since elementary school. And so since he still lives in my town, I was like, what if, you came over and we just did the drop together? We just did an interview. And that way, too, it could be a little bit different of a dynamic. Most of these interviews these days are just through Zoom or through like a voice chat or something like that. It'd be cool to actually have like an in-person conversation with people again. So definitely I think it'll happen. I think I'll wait until right at my VeVe anniversary. I'll start doing interviews with a lot of people on my channel. I will hold a comment. And it wasn't a good mint. I'll show you guys the mint. I wish it was a good mint. So I'm still going to try to buy a 3-digit mint with this one. But maybe I just... And then... I don't know. I'm definitely going to still try to buy a 3-digit mint with this one for sure. So my mint is 21,105. Just the fact of winning. Yep, definitely a hodl. Definitely a good one. Big Johnny, big 1400. Appreciate you. Josh B, that's ridiculous. Yeah, so Pat Cassidy, great question. I do think the Coke bottles are a good one, but like you said, like their demographic of fans, I feel like just aren't on VeVe right now. I feel like that is a little bit more of a older generation type of, almost like with the stamps too. But I mean, Coca-Cola is a huge brand. I definitely think it's only a matter of time before that goes up big time. Do you ever wear your hair down, wondering what it looks like? You're not the only one, Jimmy Bob. I think a lot of people are wondering what it looks like down. I never wear my hair down. Never. Like I would feel so awkward to go out in public with my hair down for a couple different reasons. One, it's so long. Like the longest it's ever been in my life. Longest I've ever imagined my hair could be. Two, I don't like the way I look with my hair down at all. Some people do, but I don't personally. Probably just because I'm not used to it. Like I've never had long hair in my entire life. I've always had my hair as short as it looks like when I look up like this, like a buzz cut. That's kind of why I keep my hair short on the sides too, because like when I wear a beanie, it just looks like I have normal size hair. My hair, you guys can't even imagine how long my hair is because the way I have it like this. And I feel like it just looks kind of unprofessional when I have my hair all the way down. Like it's literally going to go down to like my shoulders, like past my shoulders. Need that hair drop. Like it's literally, my hair is going to go down to like here, like past my shoulders. I told everybody on the chat that I made a promise to you guys that once Thor drops as a collectible, I'll do the live stream and put my hair down. So I feel like the VeVe team is secretly not releasing Thor because they're like, oh man, we can't have this YouTuber with his hair down. But shout out to Reese because Reese has done a few live streams now with his hair down. So I don't think that's a problem. I think I've just always been self-conscious about my long hair because I've never had it before. I've always been I feel like if I was to put my hair down and walk out in public to like stores, oh my gosh. Like I don't even think I could do it, to be honest. The amount of eyeballs that would just be staring at me, it would be too much. It would be insane. No, Audible, forgot about the drop. I think this is a good one to capitalize on the market, Audible. I do think this one's going to come out kind of cheap. I think I will make a post of this one on Twitter just because I didn't get anything big. It was just a high mint comment. If it was like a secret rare or something like that, I would just be like, all right, I'm not posting this one on Twitter. It's so staying away from the Twitter feed. You gotta be like, Randy, lay your hair down and paint your nails. Shout out to Randy. Shout out to Randy Chavez. Nah, I can't have my hair down all the time. Shout out to Randy. He rocks it. Just for me, I feel like I look weird. Like I probably just it's a personal thing just because I've been so used to looking at myself with short hair to where I don't mind having like the long in the back. I kind of like that look, but my plan was to braid it. It's always why I kind of grew my hair out to begin with in the first place. And I always said if I didn't like the way I looked when it was braided, I would just shave it and go back to the way I've always had my hair. My hair when I was your age was about past my middle of the back. Oh, wow. Let's go. Audible. Rock the locks. Mine's like getting there. Mine's like really close right there, Audible. Crazy. That was a style back then, right? I feel like that's not the style right now, unless it was braided. I feel like I've seen a lot of people with braids. But that's just something growing up I've wanted my entire life. I was just always I got to that like in between stage a few different times where my hair was kind of long, kind of not. And I was like, nah, I can't have it above my ears. And I just shaved my head pretty much like a buzz. Plus, just like with baseball in college and dealing with like teaching classes, I didn't want to teach classes and try to become a teacher with this long hair like crazy, right? I just wanted to keep it kind of short, cut, professional looking. Now I'm trying to picture the opposite, bald Johnny. That's funny. I've never even imagined myself without hair. That's hilarious. I probably could pass the bald look. I kind of got a big forehead, so. Would you sell the secret rare Aston Martin part of the 507 mint? I would probably hodl it, to be honest. What is the price? Like 6K right now? I probably wouldn't want to let that go anything under 10K, to be honest. And me being a James Bond fan, I would like that one. I think it looks awesome. Unless you were trying to make a swap for, you know, some big time collectible. If you wanted to make a swap for like a Rizzo or a Todd or a partner statue to help you get there, I could see that. But I'd probably keep it if I got it, to be honest. No, I did not, Kelvin. I did not buy a Secret or Ashton. Nope. Didn't pull the trigger on it. And to be honest, I'm just okay with my ultra rare. You know, I don't have to have that one drivable. I love the animation on that. I would love to get that, but for me, I'm cool, happy with my 1953. I feel good with that one in my showroom. Right now, I'm trying to just get some liquid and wait for more opportunities of drops that I really love. If drops come out in the future that I end up getting on the drop that I don't love, I'll probably just flip for more gems. I'm really trying to focus on collecting the things I absolutely love at this point. So definitely love that Secret Ashen, but it's just a little bit too much for me right now. Surfer style, solid Z Brito. The secret rare hair drop from JD. That's gonna happen one day. Don't know when. Maybe this summer. I have a feeling Thor's probably gonna drop this summer. I think there's a new Thor movie possibly. Market's still closed. Let's take a look to see how many have been distributed. So we have a lot still. 15.1K of 20.9K commons left to be distributed. Secret rares, 365 of 500 left. So if the market opens like any second, any minute now, I expect it to kind of come out as a high, like probably over $1,000 for the secret rares. It'll probably work its way down to maybe $500,000. Just complete guess here. And then wherever people think the floor is that they're comfortable with taking, buying at that point, that's probably once we start seeing that happen, that's probably when we expect the floors to go back up. I feel collectibles in market at all-time low now. I think you meant to say I feel like the collectibles in the market are at an all-time low right now. I would agree with that, Anupam, except for the fact that they're not all-time lows. I mean, I've been here since Todd was $80 retail. I love talking about that because it feels like just a couple months ago, but it's been almost about a year ago. Crazy. Time literally flies by. It's unbelievable. A lot of people still pending right now. Thor, Hulk, and Wolverine. I'm waiting for it too, Audible. Those are going to be big ones. Talk about another gem squeeze possibly happen. Once those happen, there'll probably be another squeeze. What is the best practice to try for rebounds? Justin Gentry. Great question here. So a lot of people tend to, I feel like the rebounds are all dependent on your like phone speed, processing, lag. Everyone's going to be slightly different. I think there's some people that have like timed it perfectly, kind of they time it perfect on the rebounds. They figured out the best method or the best syncing way for them. I feel like it's a trial and error thing until you start to get a feel for it yourself. I haven't been the best on the rebounds, probably because I don't really try enough for them, to be honest. Um, I should try for him more often to try to get that timing down for him. It's either right at the 4 minute mark or slightly right before, maybe a split second right before. So I would try bringing up like a world clock or something like that to look at as well. Market's still down. But yeah, this comic that comes out, I think it will come out pretty high and work its way down and then go back up. It's going to kind of work like that, in my opinion, unless they wait and open the market until everybody has got their comic book. If that was the case and that happens today, then everybody's probably going to put it in there at the same time, roughly. So I expected it to start out kind of low, and then it's going to work its way up because I think people are going to really go after this one. This is a big comic book. I'm waiting for Gambit and Nightcrawler. Price prediction for the ultra rare. Hopefully, it's kind of cheap. Hopefully, but I think it's going to at least be a couple hundred. So Z Brito, great question. Best time to buy in relation to the number of deliveries. It really all depends. Sometimes they wait for everybody to get their comic delivered and then they open up the market. And typically, usually, not a blanket statement always, but usually when that happens, that's when things come in kind of low. And then if it's valuable, popular, there's demand, that's when things start to go up. It's like when they open the market and there's only, a quarter of the deliveries had happened. A lot of people still haven't got the deliveries yet. So when the market opens, there's maybe only 3 secret rares in there. That's when usually you see the price start out high, maybe like 1,500 for a secret rare. But as 5 come in the market, as 10, as 15 come in the market, you'll start to see the price come back down to like 900, 800, 600. And for this one, I feel like people will probably start targeting it at that range. Again, if that was the case, it opens up like that. Once it comes back down to a low, that's when people start seeing it probably rise again. Let's go, JT. Justin Torres got the ultra rare delivered to him. Probably one of my favorite covers of the bunch. That and the secret rare. Love a lot of this one. The Apple Watch, always in time with the world clocks. Good to know. Yeah, Audible. I agree. In the very beginning of the stream, I was showing the covers, and I was a huge fan of that ultra rare. Even the rare looks good too. It's the same cover, just that black and white. I feel like the uncommon black and white stands out too because that blue Ghost Rider kind of pops with that black and white background. Big fan of the ultra rare. I think the ultra rare is probably one of my favorites. Market's open. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. Let's take a look. Market is open. All right, secret rares. Oh, there's actually no secret rares available. There's only one ultra rare going for $3.99. There's 4 rares going for $135. Uncommon going for 25. Common going for 19. I'm gonna try to get in here, steal a low digit, 3 digit if it pops up. Oh my gosh, $30. Nope, couldn't get it. I just saw a $30, 492 mint. Wow. So still don't see a secret rare in here just yet. 3 ultra rares, 340 is the price. Commons are down pretty low. I don't see a secret rare in here just yet. I have a feeling secret rare is going to start out pretty high, just because, like I said, they're not waiting until everybody gets it delivered. So this is usually where you see the first couple be really expensive. All right, first secret rare just got put in, but I think it got bought. I didn't even get to see the price of that one. Someone put a secret rare in the marketplace, but I didn't even get to see the price of that one. Probably sold. Maybe that one came out really cheap. All right, secret rare going for 900. It's probably going to get bought. Oh, 2K. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. That's what I would list it for. Something like that right away. 2, 3K. And as more of the secret rares come in the marketplace, probably undercut each other. Ultra rares down to 210. Solid job, Invisible Friends, Twitter, 400K. You can buy back in for cheaper. Commons are $13 right now. First secret rares were 700 and 900. 700 feels like an opportunity. 700 would be a good buy, I feel like. It could dip to like 500, but I think 700 is an opportunity for a lot of people. Oh man, a 430 meant for $15. I just missed. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Sometimes you see some crazy good deals. Oh. Oh, I missed that one too. That was $13. A 241. 241 man coming out at $13. I was too slow on it. Oh man. Oh man, that would have been a steal. All right. Ultra rares 200. That seems like a steal. Secret rare 2K. Yeah, I was too late to buy the 200. Might even dip further to be honest, but felt like that was a steal for an ultra rare. Time gate is no joke. It's not a joke. I'm just glad you guys are able to get it because it seems impossible when I'm explaining to people when they're not getting these drops. But the people that do get the drops using method, it's like an aha moment. You're like, wow, that's what he's talking about. And the people that are striking out, I feel like I'm surprised you're striking out that many times. Like Willow, like I'm sure Willow's timing it pretty good, like time after time. It's not giving him the goods. Oh my gosh, 210, $10. Nope, too late. A 338 just went for $10. Whoo! Missed that one. Secret rares, there's 3, 6, 7 of them, 1.7K. There's 10 of them now. 1.6K is the secret rare price. 19 ultra rares, $83. One just got listed on. I'm probably gonna be too late. Yep. Tried snagging an $83 one. Oh man. Back up to 270. The rares seem pretty cheap, 45 right now. The uncommons are 11. That seems pretty cheap. Guys, all I did new since I started getting is I load the drop page when less than 10 seconds left. Wow. Okay. So you don't even mess with getting in early and then backing out and come back and you just load up 10 seconds ago. That's actually a good idea. I would say you're still risking it. You're playing with fire just in case it takes too long to load for some reason. It crashes on you, the app. That's the only reason why for like new people, I always suggest like do that maybe 30 to 45 seconds or a minute left, just because for whatever reason, if it does crash, you at least have a split second chance to like open the app back up maybe. Secret rare down to 1.2K. 16 in the market. Rares are $44. That seems pretty low. It's so hard to buy these low digits that come out of steel. Like I just saw a 386 go for $12. Oh man. Man, $69 one I just missed. Ah, you guys are all hawking my low mints now. Come on. Wow, $24. Are you kidding me? Sold out. No. I'm gonna snipe one of these. Wow, they happen so quick. You just don't want to be too late. As soon as I take my eye off, a new one pops up. That's good to know, though. Good to know. All right, guys, I'm gonna be signing off. Hopefully, I will probably pick up something. I'll probably create a post if I end up picking up like an ultra rare I snipe for cheap, or if I end up finding a 3-digit common for cheap. But till then, hopefully everybody was able to land something or pick something up in the market. If it wasn't this comic book, because I'm sure there's other great deals in the market right now. I just know there's a lot of attention on this comic book right now. It's still a great one to get. If you see an ultra rare dip down like 5, 6, 700 range, that could be a huge opportunity right there. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Opinions only. Let me see what Invisible Friends has to say again. He says, no, I opened the drop page earlier, but when the timer goes to about 15 seconds, I go back to the home page. I wait for when it's less than 10 seconds left. I normally get in when there's 6 seconds left. Okay. That's probably if it was me, that's like the best way you can do it. I feel like that way because with under 10 seconds left, again, if there's no hiccups or no crash the app or anything like that, that's I feel like how you get to make sure that your countdown is like perfectly in sync. For new users who aren't really comfortable with that strategy, that's why I usually tell people, even I usually do around like 30 seconds. But 30 seconds, especially 10 seconds, you're kind of playing with fire, risking it. But Invisible Friends, Twitter 400K, I'm so glad that's working for you, because I've noticed too a couple times when I haven't landed the drop and I'm actually screen recording, it shows that clock in the top left. And when I go back and watch the film of it, I've seen sometimes on the drops that I haven't gotten it to where the clock, I should say, will hit 11 o'clock a.m. That's what drop time is on the Eastern time for me. It'll say 11 a.m. slightly before that buy now button pops up. So that's what made me think like, okay, maybe the timer is really slightly off sometimes, slightly fast, slightly slow. So my way of, if I get a feeling it is kind of off slightly, it's just become like a habit now just to make sure. I'll back out and come back into the drop screen. Just like what Invisible Friends Twitter 400K here is saying. He likes to do it with like 10, 15 seconds left. I tried doing like 30, 45 seconds left. And that's been working great for me. So if you guys feel like you've been timing it right, like shout out to Willow Kid. I feel like he's probably been timing it right by now. I feel like maybe his timer could be slightly off. And I know it sounds crazy to say. So I would just say, if you have been feeling like you've been timing it right, time after time, and still striking out, still having terrible luck, I would say try that. Try backing out of the drop screen and coming back in with like 30 seconds to go. Because that's been working for me big time. And it's been working for some other people too. So hopefully, Willow Kid, my man, appreciate you big time. Always tuning in, loyal supporter, my man. Trying to get you to hit some more drops. So hopefully something like that can help you, bro, and help some other people that have been struggling. Yeah, I feel like your timing definitely has to be good. Wow, and you're backing out too? What? See, that's what confuses me is like I'm running out of tips. I'm running out of things to say for help people out. But just gotta stay grinding away, guys. Stay grinding away. Kelvin was able to do well on the rebound today. Shout out to anyone else who did well on the rebounds. Been having a lot of rebound success lately with the whole Ashton Martin drop. So definitely stay tuned. I think this could be another week with a lot more comics to drop. They haven't really gave us too many announcements. So stay tuned to YouTube. I'll make another post anytime they announce a new drop or anything like that. I'll probably tweet this video out on Twitter just because I end up getting a high mint comment. Nothing crazy. But I'm sure people on Twitter are going to freak out. Positive, and I'm sure there's going to be some negative people out there too. But it is what it is. Appreciate you guys for all the support, tuning in, the likes, the subscriptions, the comments, the super chat. Adam, awesome face. Appreciate you big time, brother. Stopping in. Hopefully you had good luck today. Hopefully your light was off today. Today was a light off day. Appreciate you guys. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys on the next stream. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out.